Smut, smut, 1, 2.
Smut, smut, 3, 4.
Woo, woo.
Hey guys, welcome to the Blush and Burn podcast. I'm Annie Baxter.
And I'm Laura Eakin.
Here's our reviews for the February book club books that got pulled out and picked out of blah, 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 blah. I hate talking unless it comes out of my mouth
Naturally. It's okay. So we're going to go over our book club books from February.
That sounded like a cackle.
That was great. I loved it. We're keeping it. So we put up a poll
We did.
every month, and then we go over the books that, or not go over. What was I trying to say?
I don't know.
Now you've got me all miscombobulated.
I know.
It's
we have
fine.
a poll.
We have a poll.
They
we
pick a book.
We read the book.
We fucking read the book.
And then we're going to share it here. We missed January. January is long gone.
January's
So
gone.
for February, our blush book was Signs of Cupidity by Raven Kennedy. Loved this book. But let's do a quick little recap about what blush actually means, because this one was very much borderline for our blush book.
It was. Okay, it's not where we bend the rules, because we don't bend the rules, but you always have something that's going to take you to the level where you're going like, is this a pepper?
Yeah.
Right?
Which in all
And
reality,
this does push that boundary of,
it does.
is this a pepper?
That's why it got put as our blush option. There is no on page.
No on page.
No on page.
No.
But our second book
Did. It did.
oh well.
It's fine.
So for our burn book, we did
Into Their Woods.
by Ivy Asher and Ann Denton. And we liked this one too.
We did like this
Sorry,
one.
we're going to go over them all.
We did.
So let's start with
Let's do Signs of Cupidity,
Signs of Cupidity
first.
So we're going to do this in kind of a review format, but also talking about the things that we liked. We've
Right.
already gotten the information from book club.
Right.
So this really is just kind of like a refresher for us and to share with you guys to try and convince you to read both of these books, because that is our end goal.
Always.
They were that good.
I mean, unless they were total garbage.
We will
And
be honest
so far,
about that.
we haven't had one of. Oh, we have. I remember.
Check yourself.
Check.
But it
Nope,
wasn't.
I remember.
But that
There
one
was
also
one.
wasn't horrible. But for these ones,
Yeah.
these ones are like creme de la creme. Very yummy, very nice.
I loved them.
I did too.
Yeah, I loved them.
So Signs of Cupidity by Raven Kennedy. The premise of this book is just all around good.
It is so unique.
Yes.
So we first read this book.
Last year.
What?
Last February.
I know. So, over a year ago,
Yes.
we read it and binged it because we fell in love with it.
Completely.
The whole series is, each book is about, you can see it. It's not huge. Let's just look. It's not big.
That's what she
it has, it's got like 250 pages. Okay. Quick read. Way fun. Each book is like that. There's 3.5 books in this.
I think so,
series.
right? Or did she shift it? Double check real quick
I
on
already
Kindle.
know.
Okay.
It's 3.5. There's 3 in this series with a little mini novella at the end.
That's right.
And then there's another book
Book
number
4
4. It's
different
in
point of
the
view.
world, different characters.
That's right. That is right. So here's the quick synopsis of Signs of Cupidity. It's so yummy. Let's see. Also, I suck at reading out loud.
I do
Y'all just have to
too.
bear with me here.
I do too.
You'd think being in charge of love would be an epic job, right? Wrong. Sure, I'm a Cupid, so I can blow lust into people's faces and watch the show, but I can't actually participate. It gets old, trust me. Same goes for love. I can pass it out like sugar-free lollipops at a dentist's office, but I can't get any for myself. I'm stuck in this never-ending afterlife where I'm invisible, lonely, and bitter as hell. And yeah, I'm probably responsible for some terrible matchmaking out there, But can you blame a girl? Apparently my Cupid bosses can because apparently my Cupid bosses can because I get exiled to the Fae world. And while I'm here, I accidentally attack a Fae prince with love arrows. But hey, he deserved it. What I didn't expect was for him to retaliate and that I'd be pushed into the physical realm. That's right. This Cupid just got a real body. And you know what that means? Now it's my turn to get some. Love, I mean. Wink, wink. Author's note. This is a slow burn why choose Fae fantasy rom-com where the FMC will end up with multiple mates. It includes explicit language and sexual situations intended for audiences 18 years and older. This series is complete.
Done.
Dunzo.
It's a complete series. And it also is definitely 18 plus. And
Yes.
I love that she put that on there.
We've talked about rating systems and everything.
It's
Authors,
just nice.
we appreciate this as readers. I can't speak for
I'm glad
everybody
they put
else.
it on there. I really, really appreciate that they stuck it on there.
Me too.
So
1000%. How do you even start talking about this?
I don't know. I literally
so
took a
good.
breath and I was like, what am I going to say next? And I'm like, dude, I don't even know where to start. I think I'm going to start off with the fact that it starts out contemporary.
It does start out contemporary.
And it
Modern
moves,
world.
And it moves into a fantasy realm.
Yes.
Which I did not expect.
I guess contemporary isn't the right word. We would say paranormal.
Yeah. Okay.
So it starts out
I think that's great.
paranormal.
No, I think that's great.
And then goes
And then it
fantasy.
moves into fantasy. And then you go, oh, this is not what I thought. And it keeps doing that the whole way through.
Yeah.
Where something happens, you're like, oh, I did not see that coming. Oh, that was not what I thought this was going to be.
Right.
And which is why this series is so cool, is because it keeps you on your toes the whole entire time.
Yes, it did. Literally from like the moment it started. You literally have this Cupid, and I'm going to use the words corporeal because it's the words that she used.
Actually, that's a great term.
I really like it. I actually had to explain to someone when I was trying to recommend this book that I was like, she's incorporeal. And they go, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So incorporeal just means that you're kind of like a ghost.
Right.
So you don't have a physical body and nothing can actually touch you. So she's incorporeal and in our current realm.
In a modern
contemporary
realm.
setting.
Right.
And she is so mad with the world. So mad with the world. Oh, and there will possibly be spoilers. It is what it is.
Well, I mean,
you can't not.
Yeah, but I think it's more of just like light spoilers because it's not like we're not gonna tell like the whole story.
No, but there's some funny things that happen in this book. But so she literally is at a bar and she goes, "Oh, Mr. Cheesy one-liners." And you had some quotes from this book
I did.
that were
I
really
think that
good.
one of them from the big ones was like one of the ones that was like at the very beginning was like, oh, he's definitely an ass man. You were like, okay, yeah. She had a ton of one-liners.
So many.
And I think I got to the point where I was highlighting so much that I was actually like, okay, like let's just stop and enjoy. And I actually find that I do that a lot with books. If I'm going to be honest, like I start out highlighting a ton and then I start getting like, I just want to enjoy it instead of highlighting everything. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I do that more for book club too, though, when I'm like, oh, this could be a quote for book club. Oh, this could be a quote for book club. And then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Tone it down a smidge. But when she's going and she runs into like these, I want to say they're like college age kids.
Yeah. They are.
And it's the jock with the girl and then the odd friend, which is like the third wheel. And she's like, he's just gangly and awkward. Well, this other chick walks by and so she hits the jock with a love arrow. And he runs off after this girl that walked away from him so that the friend could then have a possibility of shacking up with the third wheel.
Yeah.
And this actually was like so good. The way it was written, I was like, yes.
I think she started out this book so great at the beginning because it was like she really did set up like what her job was, right?
Yes.
It was like the perfect setup of like she's a Cupid, what is expected of her as a Cupid, and then you got to see what that looked like,
Yes.
right? And then obviously you jump right into the story and it changes, but at least you got to see that first chapter or two really gets you to see like what the job of a Cupid is, which I think is important for like the rest of the
it is because
the rest of the story, and it really pertains to it.
And then when she gets yanked back up to Cupidville, it's what she calls it. It's basically above the veil.
It literally
the higher ups
reminds me of like a doctor's office or something where it's like everything. Okay, like I don't remember the description of it. All I know is what I remember in my head. And
it's like
it
a
literally
waiting
was
room.
like a waiting room, and it's like a doctor's office, and it's like the, you know, you have the like 1950s like Cupid sitting at the desk with a little thing, and she's like pushing on the button, like her number. Every Cupid has a number, and it gets put onto the wrist of their right hand right here, and hers is ML. And I can just think
like 1050, I think is what it is.
I can just see like them pushing like the intercom, and they're like
ML or 1050,
and like that's that whole like waiting room sound music track of like the like elevator-y type music, and like you know, everything's like sterile looking.
Oh my gosh,
like that's how I picture. I don't know how you pictured it.
It is, and then
that's how I pictured it.
But everybody in this space has like baby pink hair and red wings.
You know what? I'm actually gonna find the cover, the original cover to this book, and I think it will be fun to see.
I'll put it here so that everybody
I love
can
these,
see
by the way. I love these covers.
Yeah.
But that being said, when you get the Kindle version, it does show you what the original one looked like, and
I'll pop it up right here.
Yeah, pop it up, because I mean, come on.
It's beautiful. She's got these
so
beautiful red wings, baby pink hair.
I think it gives you a really good
It helps with the visual, for sure.
Totally helps with the visual.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Okay,
it is.
So now you get to see it.
Now you get to see it. And I really liked that.
Love it.
Not saying I don't love these covers, because I actually really like these ones too.
But
I think they're
man, that original was
it was nice.
Do you think they're floating around? Or do you think that they only got printed like this? And
I think they're floating around. I think those were like the original indies.
It was printed?
I think so.
All right. Well,
I'm
if
not
anyone
positive.
knows how I can get my hands on this, please let me know.
She really would like one.
I would really like one.
Yes. Yeah. But when she gets like yanked up and she goes, "Oh, what did I do?" She's sitting in the waiting room.
I think she even says like, "Now," or she goes, "I'm in trouble."
She goes, "Uh-oh.
I'm in trouble."
And then she goes to this waiting room and she sits down next to this other guy. You don't even learn his number or his name until later in the series.
You're right. I was thinking like, no, we know. You're right.
You don't actually get his name.
You're right.
And we're sitting there.
He's so great.
He's so funny.
He's so great.
And he's like, "Oh, at least you're not going to the troll realm."
Oh my God, I totally forgot about
troll
that.
realm. Oh my gosh, the way she described it was so gross.
I wish I had.
Ugh.
Why don't I have any of that annotated? Because I'm going to tell you, that was the best description ever. And actually, let's pause for a second, because I'm going to find.
We're going to find it.
The description of that, because
I think it was chapter 2, because in chapter 1 is when she goes, "Yep, I'm in trouble."
Okay, yeah. So she gets
yanked
yanked
the
up.
troll realm.
Yep, I'm in trouble. Blah, blah, blah.
Told me I'd be
Summoning is
Listen, this guy is hilarious. He goes,
Did you find it?
"Told me I'd be spreading all the sex I wanted, didn't they? Sold it like a fucking porno.
Yes.
Didn't realize not being able to join in would be its own sort of torture. I'm a virile guy. Get it? I ain't cut out for this celibate shit. And the ghosts are seriously a drag. Fucking morose sons of bitches."
Totally.
You want to know some liners?
No,
She
they
did
were
so good.
There's
It's
some
so
great
quippy.
ones. Also, he describes how like they had like eggs, like they would
Oh,
remember
like right after.
like they would like the trolls would or was it dragons or something? Okay, now I have to actually know exactly what it is. But they would have like these eggs and they were like slimy and gross.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
right
it
here.
was like so descriptive. Like you
It
were like,
was.
"Bleh."
Okay.
Oh, I found
So
it
we
too.
have to
Oh,
we have to preface.
oh,
He
hang
actually
on.
is Irish. Oh, did you
Oh,
hit it?
hang on. My piercing is itchy. Oh, stop itching. Oh, stop.
We
Oh.
both just got our noses pierced this weekend.
Stop itching. Ready?
Mine hasn't gotten that bad
Well,
yet
it
of
was-
an itch. I
well,
watched you
it's
touch it,
healing.
and I thought that you were gonna come
Well, it's
unglued.
healing. I'm gonna pull this forward.
So you can sit back.
We're
You're
good.
fine. So he talks about it right here. He goes, got sent to the troll realm as a punishment once.
Yes, that's what it was. It was a punishment.
And she goes, no. He goes, yep, I wasn't giving anyone the lust. You get it? I was on strike of my own. He also has an Irish accent, and I can't do it for nothing. So, let's see. If I can't get any, no one else could either. When the superiors caught on, they sent me to the troll realm for an entire year. Those gobshites are the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever eyed. I had to lust them, and believe me, their idea of fucking ain't pretty.
Yeah, but it doesn't say fucking. It says fucking.
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 Like,
Fucking.
plus, they lay eggs after. And
Gross.
I mean months. I don't mean months later. I mean right after. Covered in sex juices and steaming.
If that does not give you a visual, like, it's so gross.
Ugh.
I just think that gives you a really good
So
indication
bad.
of like what the rest of this book is. It's so
That's chapter 2.
I know that's chapter 2. Yeah, he's like, these Cupid superiors are sadists.
Literally, though.
So, that's such a good one. I'm so glad you remember.
He does
that
have the
part.
letters. Let's see. I looked down at his wrist. The letters
does.
are
Oh,
DCCXX.
yeah.
You
Does he
too,
tell you how much?
720.
Look, listen.
I missed that the first time.
I past 100. I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
Like I can't do
720.
I can't do the normal numeral numbers. What is it called?
Roman numeral numbers.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so quippy, and she's quippy through the whole thing. And through this series as a whole, maybe not this book entirely, but through this entire series as a whole,
Yeah.
I honestly can say that I learned more names for genitalia than I ever have in my entire life.
Yeah, because she has funny like all of her terms are funny.
Are
Like,
hilarious.
She's come up with like nicknames for like everything has like a nickname.
Everything has a
or like a
nickname.
code name or like as the men start to come into play because it's a why choose, she like numbers them.
Yeah.
Right?
In the order of like how she would kiss them.
Has how she would kiss them. Because she's literally been incorporeal for so long that she has been fantasizing about sex for however long. I mean, it sounds like thousands of years. Is kind of what it sounds like, right? But or maybe not thousands. I think
No.
that was a little extreme.
That was a little extreme. She talks
But a long
about
time.
being in the human realm for 50 years.
Okay, that's right. And but she's been thinking about it, and she's been thinking about what she would do if she ever could.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I feel like it's almost like that buildup of like you're building it up like so much to the point that she would even tells like these 3 guys, listen, if you can't give me what I need, like I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
She did, and then they
yeah,
got like uber
she's
territorial.
like literally like if you can't like, and they did. They kind of got like, oh no, no.
But also she's on an island. So the Fae realm is interesting because they're all on islands.
So pretty.
And
you know what?
They literally like, well, you can't leave. She goes, that's fine, then I'll hold out. And freaking Emmerich
yeah.
was like, no. You're mine.
Can we post up on here like fan art?
Yeah, we can.
Can we?
Yep. So overall, we really enjoyed this book.
Totally.
What did you?
Crazy cliffhanger.
Yeah. And you want to go right into
And
book
you'll
2.
move right into book 2.
And they're quick reads. They're super fun. We highly recommend it for Valentine's Day. But
They're
what
all
did you
on
rate
Kindle.
it?
5 stars.
5 stars all the way.
Yeah, I did the first time and also the second time. And I enjoyed it almost more the second time than I did the first time.
I actually really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was way fun. So BK what?
I mean, this is a BK 17 for sure.
Yes. I would say a 17.
It's not quite an R. I mean, these kids at 17 hear this shit all day long. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's and they don't actually do anything. So
They don't. It's talked about, but it's not actually like there's nothing on page.
No.
She's a tease.
She's a great fucking tease.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
So I would also say BK 17. I gave this a 1 chili pepper.
I also gave
For-
her a chili pepper.
Yeah, for the amount of on-page discussion
And
Of-
description.
and description of.
Because it was descriptive
It was.
enough that you were like, yeah, you have to actually count it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have a little bit of context of sex for this to even like make
for
sense
sure.
either.
For sure.
So 1 chili pepper. I think I gave it a new adult standing
Oh.
because they're, from the way that these sound, is they're about 26.
I'll agree. They're in their mid-20s.
They're like 26. So it's like that borderline of new adult to adult in the age department of its category.
yeah, these guys feel like a little more mature though, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's because they're fantasy or if it's not.
Yeah, true.
That's where it was hard for me to just decipher if this was between new adult or adult.
Okay.
But overall,
Yeah, you're right in the middle. I mean, you're
Yeah.
not like, yeah.
overall 5-star read.
All day
Hands
long.
down.
It almost, dare I say, a 6-star in a way of just like, it was just fun.
It was way fun. I would agree. I'd give it a 6-star. It was a blow me out of the water, not what I was expecting.
Yeah, but there's
kind of
plot
book.
to it.
There
There's
is,
like
which
a
is
literal
surprising.
plot. Like there's a whole story to it. It's
Yeah.
not just like the whole time she's teasing them.
No.
Like there's actually a story to it.
There is.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
And original. And
She
it's
did a fantastic job. Good job, Raven Kennedy.
good job. And it's not talked about enough.
It is not. We believe that this book is highly underrated.
I think it's underrated.
highly underrated.
And book club loved it.
And book club absolutely loved it. The majority of people gave it 4 to 5 stars.
Yeah.
So that was our blush book. So that was Signs of Cupidity. Let's talk about Into Their Woods.
I feel like because you have that, we should just show maybe really quick what
Yes.
it looks like without the dust jacket on.
So I'm going to do a quick show of this one. This is from one of our book boxes.
It's
This
beautiful.
is from Arcane. Sorry, almost forgot. This one's by Arcane,
Yep.
and it's absolutely stunning.
I
on
mean,
all sides.
not just stunning. It's like,
I have all my papers in it too.
I mean, it has this cool foiling on it, and I really like it.
Yeah, there's foiling on all of it. So this is the other cover.
I actually, and I was telling Laura, I actually might put my dust jacket back on.
You like to put yours without.
I like keeping them without, but man, that's really pretty.
Yeah. I'll probably pop these up big too so everybody can see them. I'll take good pictures.
I love that they have both of them sign
Yep,
it.
both of them signed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Front and back, same type of art. And then
That's amazing.
love this sprayed
It looks
edge.
amazing.
In person, AB Gorge.
Yep.
And then they gave us this
Note card.
little fan art and then a little note card from the authors. So
It all goes really well with the book too.
It
Like,
does.
The like after you read the book, if you look at all the artwork, it goes with it.
it does. It
Really,
flows
really
very well, especially with the context of the story.
Okay.
So this one
Into their
was our burn book.
It was.
I think we had a thing about reverse harems in February.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that actually.
Yeah. So Signs of Cupidity is a reverse harem, and so is Into Their Woods. One is just
is.
regular fantasy. This one is still fantasy.
Yeah.
Reverse harem with shifters.
Yep.
So Into Their Woods. Oh, what to say about Into Their Woods? This one's throws you in, and Annie and I have talked about this so much. The hook.
Okay. My God.
The hook.
It was there.
It was there right from the beginning.
And you were like, okay.
Normally
I'm in.
I'm like, I give it 5 chapters before I'm like, okay, we gotta like get into it. We gotta start building the world. Chapter 2. Actually, it wasn't even chapter 2. It was the very end of chapter 1. And you were like,
I almost
what just happened?
am begging and pleading for authors to please hook me in like the first 2 chapters. Like,
Yeah.
please. Like, I know sometimes we want to ease into the story. I get it. But man, it just eggs me on.
It's hard.
So this hook was, I always never know like what kind of spoilers we want to give. I think we could probably give a little bit of the beginning of it.
Well, I mean, she's in the red cloak on the cover. So I feel like
Correct.
this actually helps a little bit in the context.
I agree.
And if this is something that you want to read, which is our main goal, is to get you to read this.
It is.
So our main FMC, female main character, just for those who need to know. Dude, somebody asked me the other day.
I'm
in a
only
comment,
laughing because it's probably true, but then at the same time,
we just are so used to it now.
I know.
But other people still don't have full context.
Do you
of,
know
like,
what though? I actually
verbiage
do
and
that
stuff.
too. Sometimes I'll be like MMC. I mean, you know, main male character.
Yeah.
I do it too.
I do too, as you can very well see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, our FMC is a veterinarian, not veterinarian. She's a vet
I think
tech.
she's like a tech. Yeah,
she's a vet tech. And she doesn't like to stay in one place. And she's going to a new job. And she's driving through and somebody directs her to this small town so that she can stop there on her path.
On her drive.
But she's like, this is not pulling up on any maps. And they said, just keep going. I promise you're going to want to be there.
Right.
And so she does. And
She
when
gets
she
there.
gets there, it is legit small town.
Oh, yeah,
Cute little Main Street. I actually envisioned Park City.
Oh, okay. I could see that because it's like you drive in, small town, and she comes upon a diner.
Yes.
And my mic needs to be
Just up towards your mouth this smidge.
towards my mouth a little bit.
I'm just watching your
I
levels.
suck at mic placement.
It's fine. We're figuring it out for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So she goes, so it's like small town. She comes upon a diner.
Yes.
Can't help.
And she's starving.
Stops. Yeah, she's starving.
She's starving. She just wants to get food, take a look around, and then she's going to drive back out of town. So she gets into this diner. I can't remember the line that said. Do you remember the line that it says on the door?
No, I don't actually.
I'm going to find it. Okay, hold on. Before we get too far, how gorgeous are these chapter pages?
Oh, God.
Stunning. All right. So it's in chapter 1.
Look, I mean, while you're finding it, I will drop a quick note of like Arcane does an amazing job.
Their stuff is stunning.
Like they just do a great job. And I have never got an Arcane box that I haven't been happy with.
Yeah, agreed. Everything from Arcane has been absolutely like spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on. So this is what it says. The name of this place is called Drooly's.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yes. And it's hand painted on the glass panel at the top of the door. Beneath it is a metal sign attached that reads, "No skin, no service."
Love it.
Right off the bat, you're like, yeah, buddy.
Okay.
Gotta have skin to show.
And on that note, everything in the town has a funny name.
Yeah, it's all like double
everything is,
entendre
like,
kind of a deal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of them like off the top of my head and I can't. But it's like everything had like the firehouse had like a like it would be called like the spotted white dog or something. Like everything
Yeah,
has
they all
like
had that type of like
everything
play on
had
words.
this like yeah, it was a play on words.
Yeah.
That's what I would call it.
Which I loved.
Oh, it was
I
fun.
think it really just kind of depended on who the caretaker of that facility was, because you have vampires, you have witches.
Yep.
You've got, I don't know if it's fae.
No,
But
I
they
don't
have,
think
like,
it's different. I think
different-
it's a little bit more it has a little bit more urban fantasy feel.
Yes. So this is like that urban fantasy feel.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go into this place, no skin, no service.
Love
like
it.
first for this FMC, she's like, okay, whatever. But I was like,
Well, yeah.
we are starting off
She's like, whatever, I'm
strong.
hungry. And so she goes and sits down at this booth. And then she notices that there's like this group of guys like
Just eyeballing
checking her out and just like really intense, right?
Yeah.
But of course she doesn't think anything of it. Eats her dinner, goes out to her car, and then that's when everything
Zara
starts to
asks
happen.
if she's there for the hunt.
Oh, that's right. She gets asked.
She gets asked, are you here for the hunt?
And
This is
she's
my first
like,
time.
"What
I'm
are you
super
talking
excited.
about?"
And she's like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, yeah, I guess. She goes, I'm so excited. And she starts
Yeah.
like rattling off. She goes, I should really ask her what the hunt is, but she doesn't. Goes to her car. She goes one more place, doesn't she?
Nope. It's just to her car. And that's it.
She was driving. No, because she went to the coffee shop. She wanted to get coffee. So she goes over to the coffee shop.
You're right.
Gets a large coffee, starts walking out to her car, and gets hit from behind.
Okay, you're right.
And
'Cause
then
I just keep thinking, I'm like, she walks to her car, and then
Yes.
like everything starts to happen.
and then we go right into chapter 2. So I'm hooked by chapter 1. Right into chapter 2, she wakes up in the middle of a field, and all she's wearing is a red cloak.
Is a red cloak.
She be in her skivvies, birthday suit.
Right.
I guess skivvies is underwear.
Right.
Birthday suit, red cape.
Yep.
And all of a sudden,
Shit starts to happen.
shit starts to happen. She starts running. There's wolves howling all around her.
And it's the hunt.
2 packs are like fighting for her. She gets bit, passes out, and wakes up in a really nice cabin.
And then yeah. It
And then it just keeps going from there.
I do have a hard time sometimes when there is a little bit of miscommunication. And I do
Yeah.
think there was a teeny tiny little bit of that in this book where I know they want to lead you to finding out the answers, you know? So but I mean sometimes all it takes is like, you know, a quick conversation of like why you're here. Like when she wakes up in this cabin.
But they think that the hard part is that they assume that she entered into the hunt willingly,
I know,
not
but
forced in.
I just feel
but
like
nobody was talking about that.
no
And
one
nobody was
was-
communicating
there
about
was
it.
just I just think there was a lot of confusion. And I
Yes.
think sometimes like I get frustrated with that because I'm like,
I don't view that as an actual response.
yeah,
To
it's
what
like
was
if we
happening.
could just talk about it, like you would be like, so why are you so confused? Oh, well, let's figure it out. Like, let's start talking. And instead, it's
They're
like,
like, come down to the
everyone
kitchen
gets
and then
into
we'll
like
talk
panic
about it.
mode and like,
Yeah.
and that's where the chaos ensues. It worked for this story. It worked
did.
great. Sometimes that's hard for me though.
I will agree with that. There were a couple moments in here that I was like, was this needed? Is
It
there a
didn't
necessary
overshadow the
moment?
plot. It
It
didn't.
does not.
It doesn't make it. It didn't even really make it messy or anything.
No.
It's just that if you have a hard time with that,
There's a lot of miscommunication.
there's a
in
lot
this.
of that, and
There
you
is a
will,
lot.
and you may struggle. But
Yes.
but if you can keep going,
Until these chapters.
the last 25% of this book is well worth any. We don't have answers. We don't have answers. We don't have answers. The last 25% of the book is well worth
Yes.
the wait and doesn't wrap everything up, but it does wrap the story up in a really nice way where you're
to prep
so
you for book 2.
excited
so that you
for
want
book
it.
2,
Yes.
which I don't have an exact date, but it's April. They
Yes,
bumped
they bumped
they
it from
bumped it down,
February
or
and
out, I
pushed
mean.
it to April.
Yeah.
Now I will say I'm not going to give a whole lot more away about what happens in this book.
I know.
The way we did with Signs of Cupidity.
I'm trying really hard to like not give spoilers, only because
it is good.
it's really good.
And we really want you all to read it.
Yeah. And
that's my thing, is I just really want more people to read it.
I feel like when you're in a why choose situation, what's really cool is the actual story where you are learning about each character.
Yes.
And they are usually the FMC is trying to create their own different relationship with each male, right?
Yes.
When you're in that, and that's what they're doing in this.
Yes. And you
she's
have each
literally
male that is
creating
so
a different dynamic. Yeah, oh, they're way different.
Yeah.
So she's literally trying to create a connection with each one of them.
Yes.
And that's what's happening in this book. And then it is a slow burn.
Yes.
And then things start to move right there at the end.
Absolutely.
And they do. And they
burn.
move.
Absolute slow burn. Do you think that we should say how many men there are? Do you think that matters to readers? Do you think you care, or do you just care that it's reverse harem?
I think reverse harem is
choose
enough, because I mean, in all reality, a reverse harem, it's got to be at least 3 or more, right?
I thought it was 2 or more.
Yeah, well,
depending on if you consider it a throuple. I don't know. This is why I'm asking.
Do you think? Okay, well, there's 2 in Pucking,
but that's a poly.
Wild or Sweet, and it's okay. Yeah, it's poly.
Well, Pucking Around is poly.
Yeah, it's poly. I don't know. I think in my head, I automatically just go to 3. Okay. If you're telling me reverse harem or a why choose, my mind, we're automatically going to 3. Is that right? I have no idea.
Drop it
I
in
don't
the
even know if
comments,
that's
too,
a technical. I don't know how technical we're getting here, but I just know that like that's probably where my mind is already going.
Gotcha.
Right.
That would track.
Right.
That tracks. So drop it down in the comment section if you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
This one was so good and yummy, and past the miscommunication of it.
Yeah.
Which you're obviously gonna have in this situation. Right. But I truly enjoyed this story.
Yeah, she's
so much so.
Strong FMC, great male characters, all different. It was great.
Yeah. What did you rate it?
I think I gave it 4.5.
I gave it 4.
Okay.
And I also gave it a BKR because there are gore scenes in here.
There is gore.
And because you have it being a reverse harem, it automatically bumps it up for me.
Yeah, it did. It actually bumped it up. It also bumped it up from what I would maybe call a 2-pepper to a 3-pepper.
Yes.
And it's like just barely 3 peppers,
yes.
mind you. But the reason it is 3 peppers is because we are dealing with multiple partners.
Yes. In the actual on-page scenes.
Correct. So, and because of that, we're going to bump it up to 3.
Yep.
But it is barely a 3. I would anticipate it to be a strong 3 for going forward.
Moving forward after this.
After this one.
And the tension that's brought in the end makes you want to go into book 2. So we're very excited.
Because it's so fun.
This is the release date of book 2, which we're so excited for. I'm ready.
I am too.
We were ready at the end of February.
But also to mention, book club loved it.
Book club also loved this one. We were still sitting at about an average of 4 stars for all of our members.
Yeah.
So, do we recommend you read this? Absolutely.
Yeah, read it.
Absolutely. Itchy. It's my turn. But it's on the inside this time.
Mine are all on the outside. I think it's just because
that was weird. I got like a little.
No, mine's just doing it, just a little tiny tickle, and some of it makes me think it's like I'm breathing.
Yeah.
And I have like a nose hair that like kind of like
I think there's one that's bumping it.
That's like hitting it, and so then I'm like getting it.
Legit.
Yep.
So Signs of Cupidity, Into Their Woods, February reads, awesome. Loved them.
Loved them.
Loved them. So for the next book club books, March poll closes actually right now.
I know.
We haven't
we're gonna go
announced
close
them
it
yet.
up. I really, really, really implore anyone who is part of the book club to really, really do the poll. Like, honestly, it literally helps give us an idea of like what people are looking for. I mean, that's the hardest part. Is it's like some months we get a lot, and it does vary upon how many people are voting, but it really, really, really does help us choose the level of spice I think that
Yeah.
people are looking for.
Yes. And I think that it helps us to actually look at other options for the next month or the next month to see, okay, well, we had a lot of this. Maybe we need to shift here. And like we have conversations about it all the time in the chat. So we ask you to please make sure you're doing that. We absolutely love all the participation. The poll will not go out on Fable, but all of the chapters are on there if you want to put them in and move forward with us that way as well. So Facebook and Fable links are down below, and we're pretty excited about it.
Let's move on to March.
Yep. We are also creating a newsletter. So if you would like to be in the know of what we're doing, who we are interviewing, because we have some awesome interviews coming up.
Really cool interviews coming up.
Sign up for the newsletter. And that way you'll be able to know about it first, know about getting on Twitch for when we go live and stream and all the things.
Which I'm really excited about. And I really would like people to hop on Twitch because it's actually a really cool platform.
It's actually really fun.
And I think it's worked out really great.
It has.
And so the more people we can kind of get to like move, not necessarily move onto Twitch, but just like hop on, especially for some of the upcoming authors that we're having. I think that you're going to really want to be able to ask them the questions that you want to ask. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you're on Twitch.
Yep. For our interview purposes.
Correct.
So make sure to sign up for that newsletter. Make sure to get over to Twitch and follow along. And we'll be seeing you guys in the next one.